First of all, I live in Canada. I live in the beautiful British Columbia in wine country here. I'm also an animal shelter manager for one of the largest shelters in Canada, in fact. So on a day-to-day basis, I'm dealing with the public's need for adopting animals, as well as the fact that there are just animals that need our help in rescue, rehabilitation, and so on. Over time, I wasn't really finding like the massive change in results that I've come to learn over the last, well, frankly, about 4 months. In came Kate Hurley and Denai Wagner from UC Davis, and their work with animals in California and then throughout the United States has influenced our own organization, the British Columbia SPCA. We had this great conversation. During that conversation, both Kate and Denai said, "Oh, well, you guys got to meet Demir and Carrie, because Lifehack Bootcamp's changed our lives, because they've been part of your previous bootcamp last year." And as it was, I started watching your videos on YouTube, and I found the Fast Time Mastery link, and there was like a special offer that came up. So I was like, oh, I'll just buy it, see what happens. And so that was honestly like in one weekend of having a discussion with Kate and Denai and all my colleagues and stuff. It was like, oh, I was introduced to you two, and my life changed immediately, because I could see that what you were offering wasn't just it wasn't just something that, you know, was like, oh, we've got some new techniques, give us your money and we'll, you know, send you on your way. You really seem to authentically come across in videos that are on YouTube, as well as in the Fast Mastery at that point, completely told me, you know, you guys are really solid, caring people, and you seem to really thrive when others are thriving. And I still remember, obviously, because it's the first date in my tracker, but November 20th, I started tracking from that point on. And I was seeing right away that there was some clear information popping to the top, just about how much time I didn't spend with my family, how much time I didn't spend on myself, how much time I actually spent at shallow work or deep work, didn't matter what kind. It was just how much was I actually spending working. There was no exercise. There was a little bit of play. And, you know, like there was nothing about connectivity or you know, hanging out, socializing with friends. What an imbalance. Great picture, lots of information, but still not the balance that I think I really want to be living in. And it's not the picture of somebody who's sustaining the work that they're doing and taking care of themselves either. Very first thing that really, I think, won me over. I'd already had a positive impression of both you and Demir, but when Demir reached out to me personally and said, hey, can we talk for 10 minutes? And then we both showed up and talked for 10 minutes. I thought, whoa, that's awesome. Like that's the kind of commitment and follow through I wouldn't expect from somebody that I more or less just met online. It was awesome. It was a neat way to cement for me that you guys are really committed to doing what you say you do. And that's what resonated with me. So when Demir and I chatted, I talked to him about a few things that I thought, you know, I really have this drive to help people and animals, and I see this conflict with me not taking care of myself to the same level that I do everybody else. So how would I address that? And we had a good conversation, and he said, you know, Sean, you'd really I think you'd really rock the Lifehack Bootcamp. I think he was right. I think he saw something in me that I didn't even really know well then. You know, what I do keep coming back to is the routines and the importance of having pre-planned on Sunday has really changed things for me. It was not a waste of my time. In fact, it was the way that I was going to get back the time that I thought I was wasting. And in fact, I found a whole bunch of other time wasters. My confidence has shifted, and it's impacted my energy. So throughout a work week, a typical work week, I would just be so smoked busy on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And by the end of day Wednesday, I have very little in the tank for Thursday and Friday. What I've been finding is that because of the pre-planning, because of the tools that I'm using, but also because of the continued effort to confront the IBSC, just the itty bitty shitty committee, this you know, this whole concept of understanding who, in my mind, who's at the board there, you know, like who's sitting there telling me that I can't do something? Who's telling me that I have to prioritize someone else's priorities over what I agree to? No. So it's given me confidence to leverage no's in my day. It's given me confidence to really pick out what my yeses are and know that every time I'm committing to a no, I'm giving myself a chance at a yes. That's so key. I've never had the experience of where a group of people And it was a large group, I think we started out with like 45 or something like that people. It's been an amazing experience to want to show up on Sundays. Even while we were on vacation, I was like, no, I got to do this. And it wasn't like duty. It was more like, I really got to do this. Like, I got to be with my peeps here. The accountability piece with a buddy, like my buddy's in Seattle, and we've been able to keep a very good routine each morning and each end of day and check in with each other. That level of accountability was a real big time interest to me in the beginning anyway, so I'm glad that it worked out. I think it was really thrilling to see people like, they started out in boot camp, maybe they were like feeling small, like in some way, and they're now like, whoa, or, and I just love that. It kind of fuels me in my own personal life to see that with my team members. And I think that willingness to keep going and the grit that I saw in this camp, it's going to live with me forever, really. Easy, do it, just do it, commit, be surprised, be willing to be surprised by yourself. And into that, you guys are both beautiful. I really appreciate all the kindness and generosity that you guys share with us. Your energy is contagious and a real beacon in a world that can be quite dark. So I personally want to thank you for being that light for me. It's pulled me out of a lot of dark spots, both of you. Thank you.